good, YouTube? It's me, Bush, back in another video. This card might actually go up to $25 overnight, and here's why. Alright guys, my bad on the clickbait intro. We want to try something new. Anyways, let's talk about this card, Noble Knight Shieldbearer. Why is this card good? Well, it happens to have one printing first and foremost in the original Brothers of Legend that came out over 2 years ago, and it only has a one secret rare printing. Now, this card's effect says if this card is normal or special summon, you can banish one light monster from your graveyard, draw one card. But that's not the effect we care about. The effect that we want is the next line that says you can banish the card from your hand or field as a cost, add one level 6 or lower Wind Beast monster from your deck to your hand. And it just happens that there is one particular Wind Beast monster that is level 6 or lower and highly meta relevant in a couple of months as soon as we get the new support. And that card is none other than everyone's favorite card, Spiritual Beast Rampengu. As you guys know, that Ritual Beasts are getting some upcoming support in the new Terminal World booster pack that's dropping in TCG sometime in the new year. And this set is already doing waves in the OCG, like the Ritual Beast deck's already been topping some tournaments. Apparently the deck is decently good. Well, it just happens that Spiritual Beast Rampengu is actually a one card full combo for the deck, and how it works is you normal summon Rampengu. We're going to banish a copy of the Link Monster Ritual Beast Ulti Kimu Falcon, which allows us to then foolish a copy of a Psychic Ritual Beast Monster, aka the new Spiritual Beast Tamer Lara, who says when she's banished, you can actually special summon a Ritual Beast monster from your deck, which is really, really easy to make because you can actually now banish cards from the graveyard and the field to summon out the Ritual Beast Ulti Norochi Drago, which is a new fusion monster, and that triggers the effect of the banished Lara, which allows you to summon out the Canhawk. So you guys kind of see where this is going. If you played Ritual Beast in the past, you'll know that it's a very loop-heavy deck that allows you to search your deck with multiple times off of Canhawk. We're going to banish a copy of the original Ritual Beast Tamer Lara. This is important, and then using the effect that's a quick effect of the new fusion, you can actually return it to the extra deck to tag out and summon one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters. So we're going to bring back the new Lara, and then from here we're going to banish off these by contact fusing into Ulti Canahawk, just like the good old days. Canahawk's effect allows you to target 2 of your banished Ritual Beast cards, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck. But we're also going to chain the quick effect that says you can target 2 of your banished monsters, a Ritual Beast Tamer and a Spiritual Beast monster, special summon them in defense mode. And we can actually target one of the same targets that we wanted to return back to the graveyard to search, because it says return them, and if you do, you just have to return 1. So we can just return one of those targets, and then we're able to search a copy of Ritual Beast Bond. And then we can use Rampengu again, because he's actually not once per turn. He's only got the stipulation, the restriction where you can summon him once per turn, but you can still use the effect multiple times. So we can actually banish a copy of Ape Leo, foolish a copy of the baby Ape Leo, then use the effect of the Ritual Beast Bond, which banishes 2 of the Wing Beasts and allows you to cheat out a Ritual Beast monster from your X deck. In this case, we're going to cheat out the new Link 4. Yep, they have a new Link 4 that allows you to normal summon again during your turn, as well as during your opponent's turn. You have Disruption by quick effect. Target 1 Ritual Beast card you control and 1 card your opponent controls. Banish them. So you can target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters to add it back to your hand, then you can immediately normal summon again. So we're going to do just that with Lara. Well, if Lara is normal summoned, you can target one of your Ritual Beast monsters in graveyard, special summon it. So boom, we already have 3 monsters on the field. From here, we can use the Contact Fusion again to make a second Canahawk, who's, again, not once per turn. This is an older card. Use the effect to return back 2 of our banished monsters and add a copy of Ritual Beast Steeds, which is basically a non-targeting pop for monsters on the field equal to the number of Ritual Beast monsters you control, aka 2. We do have the effect of Canahawk to potentially tag out during our opponent's turn as well. There's no disruption that's built into that, but it's still nice to have. Also, we have the effect of Lara in the graveyard that protects stuff. If a Ritual Beast card you control will be destroyed by battle card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead, and then that would of course trigger the effect special summon from our deck. But more importantly, we're not weak to board wipes here, so we have the banished effect of the Link 4 as well as the Steeds there, and all of this is possible off of 1 Rampengu. Obviously, if you have other extenders in your hand, your board is going to be a lot better. And I've already seen some OCG players, I think, were actually trying out Noble Knight Shieldbearer. The fact that you can actually add off of Rampengu just makes the deck so much more consistent. Like, why would you not run a Reinforcement of the Army for one of the 1-card starters in the deck, right? And the fact that this card is literally bulk and 25 cents just blows my mind. I think that it definitely has a lot of applications, and I think that once people realize, hey, this is a Reinforcement of the Army for this deck, even if it's not played at 3 copies, if it's only played at 1 or not at all, people are still going to try this before the deck comes out, right? And that, I think, will drive the sales up. Also, the fact that this is a Noble Knights card, okay? This is a support for Noble Knights, and obviously they're not really a support for Spiritual Beasts, so there's no reason for this card to be reprinted in Terminal World, nor any upcoming sets. So I feel like this might just be completely forgotten about by Konami, so, you know, people might start buying out this card while it's cheap. So if you guys want to pick up a couple of play sets, it's really important, I think, to do so now. Now, there are also other couple of cool targets that you can search off of this guy. For example, a card like the HOBBIES Squadron, which allows you to, during your opponent's main phase, target a face-up monster you control, special summon this card from your hand, and immediately synchro summon using that target in this card. This happens to be a level 2 tuner, so there's some potential there. I mean, just, you know, in addition to it being good in the Spiritual Beast deck, just other things that I noticed about the card. Also, Dinotherium, which is a generic level 4 extender. Obviously not the best because he has a drawback where your opponent gets to special summon one level 4 or lower monster in either player's graveyard. But, you know, these are just some potential options with this card. So, yeah, just really, really cool to think about. There was this one really, really cool play that I also found out when searching this card, researching it online. Shout out to Master Dinnerflax's YouTube channel because he actually demonstrated this combo a couple of days ago that I happened to see, and I thought it was really, really cool. So full credit to him. But what you do is you actually banish Shield Bearer to add a copy of another Noble Knights, which is Horse of the Floral Knights. So I guess not really a Noble Knights monster, but you know, it's there in spirit. And this card actually says when it's normal or special summoned, you can add one light Noble Knight monster from your deck to your hand. In this case, we can actually add a card called Noble Knight Spear Holder, who is a level 2 warrior monster. But now this card actually has another effect. Horse of the Floral Knights, it says during your main phase, once per turn, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using this card you control and other cards from your hand or field as materials. So what we can actually do is use Horse of the Floral Knights to actually fuse off with Spear Holder to go into this obscure fusion that I believe is in the anime called Centaur Mina, who requires one light warrior monster alongside a beast monster. So this obviously is fulfilled by our 2 monsters. And then her effect is once during your main phase, once per turn, you can special summon one level 2 or lower monster from your hand or graveyard. So it's really, really nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that to resurrect the Spear Holder. And then Spear Holder actually has an effect where if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one level 8 or lower monster you control. Its name becomes Synchron, and it is treated as a tuner until the end phase. So you can actually treat the Centaur Mina as a tuner, which gives you a level 8 synchro access. Obviously, there are not a lot of good ones left. We do have Cyprim Gear Omega, or we actually have the actual OG Baron de Fleur, Chevalier de Fleur. Unfortunately, this card actually is just like pretty unplayable because it says once per turn during your turn, when your opponent activates the Spell Trap, you can negate that effect and if you destroy the card, but only during your turn. So yeah, not really relevant, but I just thought it was cool because it does treat as Synchron, so you can actually go into that. But what is really, really also cool is the fact that if you don't choose to synchro summon, Noble Knight Spear Holder actually has another effect where you can tribute this card, add one equipped spell from your deck to your hand. So you can actually add a couple of broken equipped spells that we have in the game. Obviously, Invulner Noble Arms Durando to go ahead and go and access for your fire warrior monsters. Or the Mechanical Water Arabesque, which allows you to tap into the Mechanical engine. So both of these can be equipped to Mina and then just start off and go into your other engine. So I just thought that was kind of a cool little benefit that this card has. It's not just restricted to being a Rota for Spiritual Beasts exclusively, but again, the main point that I wanted to make was the fact that, you know, Spiritual Beast might actually be tier 1 deck. If not, they'll definitely be tier 2 or rogue or high level rogue. So I think Shield Bearer might actually be like a 1 or 2 copy of in the deck because it just maximizes consistency, right? It's not like we have Gold Stark at 3 copies, right? So unfortunately, we do have to make our decks a lot more consistent. Nowadays, you know, making decks as consistent as possible, in addition to playing lots of non-engine, is how you can kind of survive a 10+ round tournament and make sure that you're not bricking. You're winning, you're able to actually play. So I think Shield Bearer is the type of card that allows you to do that by giving you Rapangu access. So I thought I'd make this. What are your guys' thoughts on the card and Spiritual Beast as a whole? Do you think like this card will actually go up? I mean, it's 25 cents right now. So I'm just saying, guys, go on TCG Player or go to your local game store and just pick these up from the bulk bin because I think they will actually be worth a little bit. Maybe not 25 bucks, but they'll still be worth a couple of bucks at the very minimum. So yeah, that's about all I want to tell you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe already to the channel and we'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.